selling digital products online. We're checking out this YouTube video by Brandon Timothy. He calls himself like an Etsy coach and seller. His video is called How to Sell Digital Products Online, the Beginner's Blueprint.
Oh, interesting.
You know, maybe you're thinking about a side hustle or exploring passive income, or maybe just curious about this digital gold rush.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, either way, Brandon really emphasizes learning from other people's mistakes. So we're going to do just that. Get those golden nuggets.
Okay.
Get you ready to hit the ground running.
That's a great approach. I am curious to hear what he has to say,
Yeah.
especially because a lot of times when people think digital product, their minds jump straight to, complex software or online courses.
Exactly. It's so much broader than that, though. Brandon actually starts by defining digital products as intangible goods. You deliver them online.
Like-
Think ebooks, templates, even those cool social media presets.
Yeah.
Things you buy and download without ever holding a physical copy,
Ah, that makes sense. Like when you need a resume template and you just grab it online versus, having to wrestle with formatting it yourself. And I bet there are tons of benefits to selling this type of product
Yeah.
versus, say, handmade jewelry or something physical.
You hit the nail on the head. Brandon really emphasizes this low overhead, like no need to rent a warehouse, manage inventory,
Yay.
deal with shipping logistics, and that translates to potentially higher profit margins.
Yeah, I see that.
Because you're not constantly reinvesting in physical materials or labor.
That's a huge advantage, especially for someone starting out. And it's not just the financial side. Imagine you create, a fantastic planner or something with a digital product. You don't need to worry about finding a manufacturer, packing boxes, dealing with shipping delays. You can reach customers worldwide with just a few clicks.
Exactly. He even paints this picture of running your business from a beach in Bali. Okay, maybe the reality is a bit less glamorous, but the flexibility is definitely there. But now, the big question. Where do you actually sell these digital creations? Brandon makes a strong case for Etsy, especially for beginners.
Interesting. What makes him so pro Etsy? Isn't it mostly for handmade crafts?
That's a common misconception. Etsy has evolved into a thriving marketplace for all sorts of unique products, including digital downloads. And Brandon's argument boils down to Etsy's massive built-in audience, millions of active shoppers already browsing, searching, and buying. It's like having a pre-built customer base at your fingertips.
That's a powerful advantage, especially if you don't already have an established online presence. Yeah, it's like opening a shop on a busy street corner versus a quiet side street. More foot traffic equals more potential customers.
You got it. And it's not just about sheer numbers either. Etsy provides built-in SEO tools to help you get discovered. Think of it like a digital storefront window display. The right keywords will attract customers searching for exactly what you offer. Plus, their analytics dashboards track what's working and what's not, helping you fine-tune your approach.
It sounds like Etsy provides a lot of support for those new to the online business world. But even with those tools, I imagine there are common pitfalls you need to avoid. Does he address that at all?
Oh, absolutely. He even shares a personal anecdote about his early struggles when he skipped the research phase. It's a mistake a lot of people make, thinking, hey, this product is trending, I'll just make my own version.
Yeah. Yikes. That sounds like a recipe for frustration and wasted effort.
Totally.
So how does he approach research now?
Well, he focuses on two key principles. First, identify gaps in the market. Look for those undersolved subcategories within broader product types. For example, instead of just digital planners, think savings challenge planners, a niche within a niche, right?
I see your point about being specific. It's about finding that sweet spot where there's demand, but less competition.
Right.
But how do you actually figure out what customers want?
That's where his second research principle comes in, understanding customer needs. He's a big advocate for analyzing competitor reviews. It's like eavesdropping on conversations between creators and their customers. You can glean insights into what people love, what they hate, what they wish existed.
That's a great tip, and it probably saves you a lot of time and headaches later on.
Yeah, if you can identify those unmet needs from the start, you're already a step ahead.
For sure.
But let's say you've found your niche, you understand the market. How do you actually build a successful Etsy shop?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. Brandon mentions his 4-phase method, but we only get a glimpse of it in this video.
A glimpse, you say? Now you've really piqued my curiosity.
Maybe, maybe not. But what I will say is He offers a free masterclass. It's linked in the video description.
Oh, nice.
It's like a deeper dive within our deep dive. I'm itching to check it out myself after this. Well, I'm definitely intrigued. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's recap what we've learned so far. Digital products offer this low overhead, potentially high reward opportunity. And it seems like Etsy provides a pretty robust platform for getting started, especially for those who are new to selling online.
Exactly. But we also learned it's not just about slapping together a product and hoping for the best. Research is key.
Yeah, research is key.
Find your niche, understand your customer, and make sure you're offering something unique and valuable. But now I want to hear from you. What's resonating with you most so far? What stands out as a potential opportunity or a challenge?
That's a great question. And it leads perfectly into the next part of our deep dive. Let's take a moment to consider what unique skills or interest we could bring to the table. What could you create and sell in this digital marketplace? We'll explore that further when we return. Welcome back. I hope you had a chance to brainstorm some of those digital product ideas. It's amazing what we can create when we really tap into our passions and skills, isn't it?
It really is, and I'm excited to hear your ideas later. But first, I want to circle back to Brandon. There's something really inspiring about his story. You know, he started with a single 7.99 sale and turned it into a full-fledged business.
It's a classic example of starting small and scaling up. He realized that initial success wasn't just a fluke, and there was a real demand for what he was offering. And he could reach a far larger audience online than he ever could through, like, traditional methods.
And that's what I love about this whole digital product world. It's this incredible equalizer. You know, you don't need a ton of capital or fancy connections. It's all about having a good idea and the drive to make it happen.
Absolutely. And Brandon keeps hammering home this point of leveraging existing platforms like Etsy. Instead of getting bogged down building your own website from scratch, you can tap into their infrastructure, their audience, their tools. It's like having a whole team supporting your entrepreneurial journey.
Right. He's all about working smarter, not harder. And it seems like Etsy's really invested in helping sellers succeed. But even with all that support, he's adamant about standing out from the crowd.
Oh, for sure. He repeatedly warns against simply copying what everyone else is doing. You know, it's not enough to just jump on the latest trend. You need a unique selling proposition, that's special, something that differentiates your product
Yeah.
and speaks to a specific audience.
Yeah, it's like finding your voice in a crowded room. You need to figure out how to make your offering sing, to cut through the noise
Yeah.
and resonate with the right people.
Exactly. And that's where those personal skills and interests we were talking about come in. You know, it's not just about what's popular. It's about what you can bring to the table. What unique perspective, what passion, what expertise can you infuse into your digital product?
That's such a key point. It's like connecting the dots between your internal world, your passions, skills, knowledge, and the external world of, market needs and customer desires.
Right. And once you've identified that sweet spot, that intersection of passion and demand, it's all about crafting a compelling story.
Oh, absolutely. Brandon is a big believer in the power of storytelling. It's not just about listing features and benefits. It's about connecting with your audience on an emotional level, showing them how your product can solve their problems or help them achieve their goals.
He even mentions his first product description. It was clunky and focused purely on like the technical aspects. But when he started weaving in his personal story, his like why behind creating the product, that's when things really took off.
It's about selling solutions, not just products, right?
Right.
Making that connection between your creation and the person on the other side of the screen. So I'm curious, thinking about your own skills and experiences, what kind of story could you tell? What problem could you solve?
That's a great question. Maybe you're a graphic designer who can help small businesses create stunning visuals without breaking the bank. Or perhaps you're a whiz at organizing information and could develop digital planners that help people manage their time and projects more effectively.
I love those ideas. And it doesn't have to be super complex either. Maybe you're an amazing baker and can create like beautifully designed recipe ebooks, or you're a language tutor who can develop digital flashcards to help people learn new vocabulary.
It's all about finding that intersection of what you're good at and what people are searching for. And the great thing about the digital world is that you can constantly learn and adapt. You know, you don't have to be an expert in everything from the start.
Exactly. You can start with what you know and build from there. And platforms like Etsy offer so many resources and support along the way. It's really empowering, isn't it?
It is. It's like this whole new world of possibilities has opened up. Anyone with a laptop and an internet connection can potentially create a thriving online business.
Speaking of thriving businesses, I'm itching to learn more about Brandon's four-phase method. He definitely knows what he's talking about.
Me too. He briefly mentions building an engaged email list and how it's not just about, selling a product, but cultivating a community around your brand. That's something I want to delve into further.
Remember that free masterclass he mentioned? I think it's time we took a peek behind the curtain and see what secrets he reveals.
Let's do it. But first, let's take a step back and solidify those key takeaways from this digital product journey so far.
Absolutely. So we've established that digital products are a fantastic avenue for low overhead, potentially high reward businesses. And Etsy seems like a great platform to get started, especially for beginners. They've got the built-in audience, the tools, and the support system.
Right. But it's not just about jumping on the bandwagon. Research is paramount. Find your niche, understand your customer, and offer something unique and valuable. And let's not forget the power of storytelling. Craft a narrative that connects with your audience on an emotional level and shows them how your product can improve their lives.
We've covered a lot of ground today, and it's a lot to digest. So before we delve into Brandon's four-phase method, let's take a moment to reflect. What resonates with you most? What new insights are you taking away from this deep dive?
That's an important question. We'll explore those reflections and continue our journey into the world of digital products when we return.
Welcome back to our digital product deep dive. I'm ready to unpack Brandon's four-phase method. Are you?
Absolutely. Especially that whole idea of building a community around your brand. It sounds like a more holistic approach than just focusing on individual sales.
Exactly. It's about creating a loyal following,
Yeah.
people who genuinely connect with what you're doing. But before we dive into the masterclass, let's take a moment to revisit that core question we've been pondering.
You mean what unique skills or interests could each of us leverage to carve out our own space in this digital marketplace?
Precisely. Have you had any aha moments during this deep dive? Any skills or passions that are suddenly screaming digital product potential?
I know I have. It's fascinating how something you might take for granted,
Yeah.
say your knack for creating stunning presentations, could be incredibly valuable to others.
Think about it. Maybe you're a spreadsheet wizard who could design buggy templates or financial trackers, or perhaps you have a green thumb and could create gardening guides or plant care checklists.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
And what's so exciting is you don't need to be a tech guru or a marketing expert to get started. Platforms like Etsy have made it incredibly accessible to build a digital storefront and start sharing your creations with the world.
Yeah. It's like that saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is today. So what's stopping you from exploring your own digital product ideas? What small step can you take right now to move towards that vision?
Maybe it's signing up for Brandon's masterclass, creating a Pinterest board for inspiration, or simply jotting down 3 potential product ideas. Based on your skills and interests, it's all about taking action, even if it's just a tiny step forward.
Absolutely. Remember, every successful digital product started with a single idea. And who knows, your unique creation could be the next big thing on Etsy.
I'm already picturing it. That first sale notification popping up, that feeling of validation, knowing someone out there values what you've created. It's a pretty incredible feeling.
And that's what this deep dive has been all about, inspiring you to explore those possibilities, to tap into your own creative potential, and to see the digital world not just as a marketplace, but as a canvas for your ideas and passions.
So, as we wrap up, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep learning, and keep creating. The world of digital products is vast and ever-evolving, and there's a space for your unique voice and vision.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of digital products. Until next time, keep those creative sparks flying.